Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome, faculty and staff, returning students, and most importantly today, a warm welcome to the new students of the class of 2014 and your families, your mothers, your fathers, your siblings, cousins, grandparents, and friends, all who are here to mark and celebrate this very important day. We know that this is a big day for you, and we hope to make it both enjoyable and memorable. My name is Julie Ramsey. I'm the Vice President for College Life and Dean of Students. The purpose of our ceremony today has several purposes. First, our idea is to give you a formal induction into the college with a bit of the pomp and circumstance that's warranted by this occasion. This is our first shared experience of the year for the entire community, the faculty, administrators, parents, families, and incoming students. So we've dressed up for you today to show you all of our pomp and circumstance. We also want to introduce you to a couple of the traditions of the college. One of those is the class flag flying up here at the top of the cupola. That's your class flag. It's the class flag of 2014, and it flies today and it will fly again in this very spot in May of 2014 when you are all assembled for your graduation, when you descend on these steps to receive your diploma from Gettysburg College. Another purpose of our gathering here today is to give you a deeper insight into the goals and aspirations we have for you for these next 4 years. We want you to understand what it means to be here, to be part of this community, and to understand that you are here for a purpose that encompasses and yet transcends your self-interest. So today I want to spend just a few moments talking about the values of the college, and one value in particular that I think is particularly dear to us. That's the value of service. One of the college documents that reflects on the meaning of service framed it this way: we recognize the privilege of our circumstance and embrace the obligation it conveys to improve the lives of others. We recognize the privilege of our circumstance and embrace the obligation that it conveys to improve the lives of others. So there are two parts to that statement. First, recognizing that we have a privilege. Now, in this day and age, we are also egalitarian. Maybe we don't want to acknowledge that we have privilege. But let's think about it for a moment. Keep in mind that you were one of nearly 5,400 students who applied to Gettysburg College. Look around you. There are beautiful buildings and grounds, a palpable sense of history, excellent academic facilities, highly able and dedicated faculty, and a class of bright and talented students to enjoy and learn from. In other words, it takes a lot of people, from your faculty to the groundskeepers and dining hall staff, from the nurses in the health center to the librarians and coaches. It takes hundreds of people with a commitment to excellence to bring all of these elements together for you, for your education. And not just those who are here today. You stand on the shoulders of generations going back to 1832, alumni and friends who donated their wealth and their talent to fund endowments, buildings, prizes, scholarships, to enable you to enjoy the benefits of this education in this historic place. And finally, think about your parents and your families who helped to make this enrollment possible for you. Think about their sacrifice and the privilege that you enjoy as a result. So when you walk back to your dorm, when you walk to Servo in the morning, I'd like you to take just a moment every day to remember that you have been given a wonderful opportunity to study and learn here. Your being here is a privilege. Which brings us to the second part of the quotation I read earlier. We embrace the obligation it conveys to improve the lives of others. The word here I like is embrace, which has all the connotations of accepting and welcoming something, of hugging it, of holding it dear to us, of gripping it closely. So we are to embrace our obligation to improve the lives of others. So who are these others that your lives are now bound up with? So often when we hear about our obligation to improve the lives of others, we think about people we don't know, we see on TV or read about in the newspaper, whose lives have been devastated by poverty, disease, and war. These ills of the world are very real, and you will have the means to address some of these issues while you're in college. Here you'll be challenged to think about what your role in the global community will be. What issues are you most passionate about? What problems do you want to tackle? What contribution do you want to make to the world? You'll have many opportunities to address these questions through your work with the Center for Public Service, through clubs and organizations like Habitat for Humanity, Amnesty, Model United Nations, and many more, and through your work with orphanages and homeless shelters here and abroad. But I don't want you to think about service just in the context of the global community. I also want you to embrace your obligation to improve the lives of the people sitting all around you, your roommate, the students living on your floor, your fellow students in class, your teammates and bandmates, the students you pass on the quad, sit next to in servo, or in Musselman Library. At Gettysburg, you have an obligation to think about your fellow students and how your decisions also impact them. This is not a place where every woman is an island, where every man is for himself. This is a community, and our lives are bound up with one another's. So while Gettysburg is a place that has been constructed for you, it is also a place that you construct. You construct it every day. You make this place what it is. You set the tone for the residence halls, the classes, the clubs, the teams, and the interactions in the open spaces. These people are all part of your world now, and your decisions, your actions make a big impact on this community. I'm talking, for example, about some of the simple things that make a community. Like, for example, the people who help to unload your cars and move all your stuff up to your rooms today. That's the kind of community that Gettysburg is, and let's give those folks a big hand. As of today, your lives are also bound up with your neighbors who live next door to the college. Gettysburg is not isolated from the local community. We're intertwined with the town of Gettysburg and the neighborhoods surrounding the college, the campus. There are real people living right next door or right across the street from your halls, and every day you'll see them watering their flowers, walking their dogs, leaving for work in the morning, and coming home at night. You have an obligation to maintain and preserve the special character of this place for those folks as well. You have an obligation to preserve their quality of life as well as your own. So we invite you to become a full-fledged member of this community and to enrich it through your actions, your decisions, your smiles, your welcome, your hello. You are now part of making Gettysburg College what it is. You've been given a wonderful opportunity. We're delighted that you've chosen to spend your college career as a member of Gettysburg College community. And as you begin to start your education, I encourage you to explore and embrace the meaning and the value of service. It's a great pleasure to welcome you here today, and I wish you the very best for your Gettysburg College experience. You could not have chosen a more delightful place to enjoy 4 intense, challenging, and wonderful years. Congratulations.